So sometimes there's problem with your phone and specifically with iPhones that you may not actually even know. And you might not even know that your iPhone may have this specific issue, but this can be either a big deal to you or not a big deal to you. Now, if I'm being honest, I'm sure a lot of you guys probably already know this, but because of the questions that I sometimes get in my comments and in my DMs, I think this is a very important video that I need to do. And one of the most common problems that I see within, my DMs, my comments are usually, why is my iPhone battery so bad? And usually I want to preface that, and ask everybody, it's very hard for me to go ahead and answer that question for every single person because I get so many comments. But the very first question I would ask you is, which specific iPhone do you have? If you have an iPhone like an iPhone 11, 11 Pro, 11 Pro Max, even an iPhone 10s, but that's kind of pushing it, you might be good. It might just be a software issue. It might just be something like that. And it's probably not an issue with your battery life. Now, if you're seeing a huge drop in your battery life from the first day you bought your phone to now, then this could potentially be the issue. So the very first thing I want to show you is basically how to go and see how much battery health your iPhone still has. So if you don't know what battery health is, it's not this percentage, okay? So if you swipe down, you can see that it says 85, 88%. I'm looking at an angle, I can see it that well. You can see that says 88%. So that's not necessarily your battery health, that's your battery life. So basically how much battery life you have left, so if this thing goes to 0%, then it's done. But your battery health is pretty much how much of that initial milliamp hour that you have left on your specific iPhone. So this iPhone 11, I think is around 3,100 milliamp hours, something like that. Let's say it went down to 90%. Well, you would take 90% of that 3,100, and that would basically be your new 100%. So that would be, 2,800 or whatever it is out of 90%. I don't know what it is. So hopefully that makes sense to you. Basically, you take your initial milliamp hours, then you just take the percentage that you have left of that. Now, let me go ahead and show you how to figure that out. So you want to go into your settings. You want to scroll down into battery, which is right here. And then you'll get into this panel, which I'm sure a lot of you guys already know. Now, there is a panel called battery health, which shows us exactly how much battery health our iPhone has. So I can go and click on it. Now, you can see that I'm still at 100% on my iPhone 11, which is really good. And I'm glad it's there. I treat my iPhone not the best. I let it die all the time. I let it, just sit around and never use it. And I charge it up to like 10% and I kill it again by accident. So the fact that it's still on 100% is really, really good. So that number is very important. If you're having extremely bad battery life and that number is still high, that 100%, then that probably means, you're good. It's probably just a software issue. Maybe you have a lot of apps in the background. Maybe you're playing a bunch of huge intensive games and your battery life is going down a lot. But let me give you another example. This is an iPhone 8 that I've had for a little bit of time. Now, if I go into settings and I go into my battery health, you can see that I have 95% right there. So it's still not, 100%, but it's still not really that bad. But you can kind of get an idea of, the kind of a range that we have. I have an iPhone 10, which is currently not charged up, and this one is at 88%. And this is the phone that I was using as an everyday device. And I was wondering why my battery life wasn't that great, and I had to eventually buy a battery case in order to make it through the day, and I found out that this iPhone actually had a huge degradation in battery. And it's funny because I knew that, that was something I already knew. I talked about it so many times in these videos. I make so many iOS reviews, and I remember that battery health feature, but I just forgot about it, and then I looked into it, and then I eventually saw that this iPhone 10, that number for maximum capacity is at like 80 something percent. So that went down by quite a bit. Also, the new software updates at the time probably weren't helping either. But even if you knew about it, you might actually forget it without even realizing it. So I'll definitely tell you, if you have an iPhone, I would recommend looking at that maximum capacity before you go and upgrade your phone or before anything like that. That can actually sometimes just be the problem. If your main complaint is the battery life, on a phone like an iPhone 8, for example, you're never going to have amazing battery life on this phone. It has a small battery to begin with, but if it goes and gets degraded more and more, then it's just going to get worse and worse. So taking really good care of your battery will also help out, and I have a video on how to do that too. But I will say getting your battery replaced from Apple is much cheaper than getting a brand new phone. So if you guys have any questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys can hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.